Hey there, everybody. Thank you for joining me today in one of my mini rock circles out here. Got some turkeys trying to mess with the footage. Get out of here. One of them's camped out right under my tripod, so let's hope it leaves things alone. 1 second here. You can tell these gloves are getting a little wore out. It's about time for a new pair. But I have some big coral to spawn today. I'm not sure how good this is gonna show up on this video, but I had to roll this head over here. It is humongous. It's got to be 150 pounds, and every piece I see open on the outside looks really high grade and glossy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking some of this apart, and then I've got several other large heads back here. Give you an example here. All right, I think this will show up. Okay, see, that's a whole coral head. Here was the base, and you can see where I took a spall off the top here. Just really nice glass. It was actually nice enough I could nap a little bit of that raw. But I'm gonna try to spall some of these bigger heads down. I have quite a few of them, and that's how we make big spalls. So let me move this back out of the way for now. All right, we're gonna start with this monster because this was the heaviest, and things are getting a little congested in my circle here. Now, I like to sit down because you'll get your back worn out really quick if you're bending over all day and spalling like 10 of these big boulders. So just try to get comfortable and then try to be safe. We don't want to hit something and have it fly over and smack me in the knee and cut me open. Definitely don't want a hospital trip, anything like that. All right, so I'll stop yapping. You guys can listen to the turkeys yap at me and shush. And we'll go ahead and start knocking this thing apart. I think the first thing I need to do is get this up on this rock and pivot it around a little. This hunk right here looks like a really nice place to start and get into this. And what we don't, I mean, it's a lot like, oh shoot, a lot like bifacing. Look at that thing, guys, it's crazy. And it might not be good in the very center because it's so thick, but we're gonna spall everything good off of it that we can. And, oh, who knows? So, again, let's try to work with the rock. I rolled it over here. I don't know how I even got this in my car. So, oh no, I want to lose all that progress. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so again, this isn't the easiest thing. Sorry for all the nonsense. Here we go. First hit here. Move my chair out of the way. Said I'm going to use my chair, but then I get going and it's like, all right. So I'm going to hit this. It's going to go this way. I've got a little rock wall. Nice. Okay, show you what I see. It broke on an already healed crack. So there's the flint, and this was just a healed crack, so it's actually mineralized. It's got patina on it, just like you'd find on a point. But this whole knob here, I mean, I can see the glass right in here for it being raw. It looks really good. I'll take another little chunk just off the side so you can see what I already know. You see that? I mean, oh my gosh, that's nice. That's definitely big enough to make a little point out of. Now, there's a little hidden crack under the surface there. That's what I deal with a lot when I'm spalling this stuff apart, is trying to just keep the big enough piece while getting through most of those seams. So again, that was one chunk off this whatever pound boulder that I couldn't even get over here. And I'll spin this around so you can kind of see this side. You can see the healed mineralization of the crack right there. So I just happened to hit it here, and that was a weak point, so the whole lobe fell off. And that helped us out. So now, but it did make it a little more square, which is not ideal. So I'm probably gonna hit right here and try to take something off of this side and then we'll come back to this other side. Every bit of that was good rock. There's smaller pieces, but good. Get them over there. Oh wow, this is gonna be really nice with some heat treatment. All right. Again, stop yapping. Go ahead and take one from this side. It actually cracked. There we go. Okay, couple little cracks with some botrydal crystals right here, but it's probably because it was by the surface. And other than that, though, that looks like a very nice piece. Doesn't look bad at all. All right, we're gonna hit another one right off here just because it saves me moving this rock. I'm gonna go right here. All this crumpled away there. We will eventually, there you go, get through the cortex. Some weirdness right here. Looks like old heel, and then some of this, a little bit holy. Not the best, but again, won't know till we heat it. There we go. Good looking rock, but it does have a lot of little fissures in here. So again, spall it up. We'll try to get some of this crap off of there, see what's left. Could be worse though. Could just be like just nasty, pithy looking stuff. At least it's glassy. All right, I'm gonna flop this back up. Might as well go ahead and take one off right here. It's all right, but again, not the best. Just the way it's breaking, it's not coming off in full big spalls. So it's gonna be a little bit fractured. We'll just have to see. Even if we bust the whole rock apart and half of it's good, hey, that's good. That's a lot of rock. See what happened there. That one looks good. A little bad here, but all that looks like glass. So we'll get to the good stuff. I think I can take one more here. It broke. I think it's just sitting on the crack. All right. That looks really good and high quality. This is what we don't want to see. You can kind of see it just looks white and crystalline. It's not really fossilized that good, but this looks great. So I will still heat it. That looks great. And then maybe we can just nap that inner layer off. It's got enough thickness to it. That took all of 5 minutes for me to start feeling this in my back. Ugh. All right. I need to get a pulley and winch system out here. I already see this chunk. Looks like I broke it off with one of those last hits. There we go. Let's see what came off here. All right, another one of these old fractures and heels. I see one crack there, and this, it's got some mud in it, but when we take that off, that looks like a nice big chunk of flint. Okay, get to the next one. I don't see a lot of hits from this side because of the way it's sloping. Could probably tap some of this off. Maybe just right here. Little flakes. Nothing to write home about, but somebody making arrowheads could probably use those. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna hit this right here because that looks like a good spot. Oh, so does this. And you can see again, that's that old healed spot that obviously had a fracture. Still got to weigh 100 pounds. So it's a very solid block of flint. All right. I'm gonna hit this off first because it's just, there we go. Ooh, that looks gross, no good. All right, at this point, I think I'm gonna let this thing go down on the ground. I know you probably can't see as much, but what needs to happen. Oh, and again, that was worth the whole rock. One tiny little micro hole there, but that is a big solid spall. Look at that baby. Oh yeah, and that whole side looks awesome. So we had one side that was okay, a couple nice pieces. That big daddy spall, worth it. And it's thick enough, we just got to get some of this crap off the back side. That gonna get something good and big out of that. And now that that big piece came off, we have a lot more platforms to get materials. I'll go ahead and do one here. Little flake came off. Still razor sharp. I'm trying to hit right here and take this back lobe off. And it'll happen. There's just a little cortex giving me problems. There. Well, kind of did what I wanted. That's the rock, but it did not come off as well as I wanted. It's kind of hard. Try this again. There we go. Sometimes it's just the angle. And I can see this little bit here, but I think that's just from the last hit, so pretty big spall there. And slowly but surely, this thing is getting dissected. It's gonna go right next to that last hit. It's fractured, but it doesn't want to let go. And this is kind of where I might need an anvil, because the ground is just absorbing every hit that I put into this. Anvil meaning just put it back up on this rock. Just analyze this for a second. I think I can do a couple of hits. Let me just get this bad boy back up here. We're probably down to 70 pounds now. Now this is gonna be, should be a nice little lobe here. Or not. A lot of times it's better just to let it fall. Oh, it did break though. It just didn't release. Looks pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Again, when you're getting 10-inch spalls, it's kind of like hard to be that picky. It's hard to get any rock this big, let alone 40 million year old coral. So gonna not complain. All right, now the whole bottom has got this really clean band in it, and I'm gonna go ahead and just try to remove that. I'll throw a little wedge under this to keep the bottom off the ground, so that there's actually some free space between here and where the spall is gonna come off. Hopefully that just lets that energy travel right through. This is kind of where I wish I had a bigger copper sledgehammer, but it's gonna happen. Sorry to put you through this on film. All right. Okay, you can see what I see. You can see some little botrydal cavities in there. It looks like, let me see if I can get up here closer. Looks kind of like stalactites but they only go in about that deep, and the rest of that is just a slab. And I don't see any cracks in it. Maybe a little one right here. So again, big piece. And we're closer to our end goal of dissecting this giant beast, which is actually, you look at that now, that doesn't look so bad. It's not the cleanest ever, but of course that opened up another opportunity to hit this chunk off of this side. It looks like it was, again, one of these healed cracks, so it ought to come off. Came off pretty good. I don't know how deep that white goes, but the rest of that is nice. Let's see. Just trying to think of the next move. This is a big old chunk. Just a weird chunk. Definitely got it down thinner, that's for sure. Now let's get the rest of it. I see a good hit here, taking some of this cortex off. So I'm gonna move it this way. Okay, guys. Mini stretch. And here we go. I'm gonna put my hand. Actually, I'm just gonna let her fly. I'm gonna spin this around a little. Maybe you get a better view of this. There's still a big piece of cortex on that bottom, and we know just under the cortex is that good material. That is weird, highly agatized piece. It'll probably come out a different color, so we will keep that for sure. Quick footwork there. There we go. Good piece right there. Sometimes you just see it, go with it. Let me see here. Big enough you can actually move it around now, which is a good thing. That's coming. All right. That's another big, nice slab right there. Don't see a lot of internal cracks. Maybe, now where'd that thing go? Right here, there's a little mini crack. Other than that, start on this side, get this business off. It's a nice one. Okay, let's see what we got left here. This looks good. All right, took another slab right off that side. Good stuff here, some botrydal crystals here, so I'll try to nap this off. But again, there's so much good material behind that. So it's, are you willing to put in the time to get to the good rock? Which I am. And man, now this thing is actually something we can handle. This, it looks like a good core. We just want to nap this little bit off here. And the rest of this, probably heat just like it is. Maybe I'll take one more off this side. I think that cracked it, it just didn't release. That's another really good spall right there. And it heats up. It should heat up to glass. It already sounds like glass. So, let's see here. Nice big spall here. Couple little mini flakes. I tell you, you could, I skinned a rattlesnake with one of these. I think it took 2 flakes to do the whole shebang. Not bad at all. And kind of have a core left here, but it's big enough to cook. So I'm just gonna, and I can actually pick it up now. So that was a good dissection, I would call it. And I don't know how long that took, but we got it done. go ahead, while we're here, let's roll another one over. I got a big head of pinhead that, don't know, I think it's going to be good all the way through. Due to that healed side right there. Ooh. Let's go ahead and smack into it, see if we got some chocolate in here. Again, an old mineralized crack that gave way first. That's okay. Usually pinhead looks pretty scored on the outside, so we just got to get into it. But it's not going to take long. Oh yeah. Stay. Let's see. Boom. All right, that's a little grittier, but it's going to heat good. But look at that. That is nappable raw. It's quite a ways into the nodule. So it's just a, I mean, wait till that gets wet. All the waves. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. All right, a couple of these weird little pieces broke off there too. It might have just been from a first shock wave or something like that. Or it could have been internal fractures already. But it doesn't really matter. Let's see, I think I can hit right here and use this as a platform to skin some of the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Did it, but let's see, got that. This side's pretty thin, so I'll probably just go ahead and do it now. That's a good one though. I love this red rosy piece right here. I don't know how I can capture more of that. Hope I can. Let's see. I'm just gonna leave this here, angle it a little bit. That looks like a really good spot. Guess I was wrong because it did not break like I thought. And again, these very round nodules can be difficult because you're trying to get some angles to work. And it doesn't always happen. One right here. There we go. That's nice. All right, take this back lobe off. Not bad, right? Right. Okay, pretty thick. And the outside can look as ugly as it wants, as long as you look at the inside and it's looking crack-free. And this stuff, again, it's raw. It's looking great. I'll take the next big lobe off right here. Boom. Good coral breaks, good. Breaking a lot better than that last one that had some iffy spots. Look at that. Ooh, would you look at that? All right, what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip it again. We're starting to get some angles here. Go ahead and take this bottom piece off. And then again, don't hit too close to the edge. There, we wanna get up in there so it actually spalls that sucker. And we're not removing flakes. I'm gonna go ahead and take another one right beside that one, right here. Okay, you can see that one's good, but they're not all perfect. See, we're getting into some weird grit right there in the middle. And that's okay, but oh, you can see it right there. So again, that's why some of these big round ones, you got to watch out for the middle. The silica water, whole mineralization process, of course, take 20, 30 million years or whatever to get that far. Maybe it'd take another 20 million to finish fossilizing that, but we got a hold of it. Sorry, timeline. You're ours now. All right. You can see what I'm looking at. I'm gonna take this hunk right here. So I'm kind of looking at the blade core, looking at that being nasty, and we're just trying to nap everything off around it. So we'll do that. Try to elevate this a little bit so the angle goes down into it and not just a flake, you know. Bam, like that. I want it going down. Nice, direct spall. And you can see this face now. Looks good. We're gonna go back and we'll, actually I'm just gonna take the end off. Looking at this whole thing. Go ahead and take this off. Make sure your foot's not under it. I've done that. It hurts when it hits your toes. Another one. This will probably be mid-grade, but again, you'll be shocked after I heat this how freaking good it works. I'm getting down to a much smaller nodule. I mean, they just keep coming off like butter. Dang. Thought that was gonna take me a little longer, making me look good out here. Thanks, Rock. All right, let's go ahead and go down here. All right, yummy, yummy pinhead. Look at them swirls. I'm getting left with a little bit of cone here. I'm just gonna knock this off the top. Look how that just came off. I'm gonna get rid of this, but all that, oh my God, that's good. Y'all can really see the swirls in that now. That's just crazy. I'm gonna leave this. This is a big enough, sorry, let me stretch for a second. It's small enough, we can go ahead and get that nap down. And oh my gosh, that's gonna make something really cool. Just get this crap out of it. All right, hold on 1 minute. I'll take this off and scan these rocks. Give you a little idea what all we did. All right. 27 minutes. And of course I accidentally hit the button there and shut everything off, but 27 minutes for those two huge boulders, not bad. Wow, you can see the good patterns in that rock. A lot of good pinhead came out of that. That whole thing was solid. You can see, maybe that's just a mineralized mark, but that bit of purple there is pretty cool. And again, adding to the pile that I need to go ahead and heat treat. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this big sucker, that one, all these other big boys apart in just a little bit. Might as well film it.